Now, so quickly, let's take it a step further. Let's look at the next category of professional. Now, that person would measure those, but here's some examples of that. So I mentioned to you, I have 4 kids, but I mentioned my daughter Jolie, so I'll use her as the example. And she, was in a situation where she became an actor. Now, as an actor, think about this. What do actors focus on? Quick, first gut. Somebody says getting a job. Okay. If you're focused on getting a job all the time and you're not making your skills stronger, you might not get that job. How many follow this? Say aye. Some people focus on just training themselves. Lots of actors are always going to acting classes, but they don't go out and focus much on getting a job. They wait for someone to call them with an opportunity. How many follow the challenge? Some of those people, how do they get jobs? If they're a decent actor, they've got a what? An agent and or a manager, and sometimes both. And without focus by that manager or agent, are they usually going to succeed? Yes or no? No. What if they get a job? Where does all their focus go? On doing that job well. So if I'm middle job, I'm doing the job well, and I'm not anticipating how to make my skills better. I'm not managing my manager agent. I'm not looking for new opportunities. And in the acting skills, no matter how good you are, do jobs disappear quickly, yes or no? Eventually, do they all disappear, yes or no? We can keep our businesses forever if we're successful. That's not true of a job. That's not true of an acting job. I don't care how successful, 10 years, 12 years, 14 years, it's going to change. So my daughter Jolie was always stressed out because things were always dropping out. So I said, honey, she goes, it's just so impossible. I can't do everything. I can't manage my career and go out and get voice lessons and dance lessons and then, go out on calls. And I'm just listening and I'm in my head making it write down, capturing a list. And she's telling me a million items, but as she's listening, I'm saying, there's only 5 things she really has to focus on. And these are the 5. She needs to maximize her current what? Jobs. She wants to make sure the job she's on, she's doing the maximum job she can. That's got to be a daily focus. But she can't use that as an excuse not to also make sure she's working to obtain what? Does she have to constantly be going out on rolls still, paying attention, knowing what's out there? Yes or no? If she drops that out, she might do well here and then she'll be without work forever. That's typically what happens. Some people win the Academy Award and they don't work for 3 or 4 years. Because they don't have a part of their focus. They're focused on the Academy Award, the victory, the celebration. How many times have you seen that happen? And then third, she's got to focus on the management of Jolie Inc. I said, that's what it is. You're a company. You got to manage your managers and your agents. Every week, she's saying, what do I need to do to make myself better at the current job? What do I need to do to make sure I'm keeping my focus on getting new jobs and networking, doing what's necessary? What do I got to do to keep on top of my managers and agents? They're not going to just do it without my focus. What else does she have to focus on? Expanding her current acting skills so she gets better. She can't use that as an excuse and then, when I have more time, I'll work on getting better. No. Even if it's once every 10 days, she's not working 7 days a week on a show. She can do an acting class. She can find the best coach. She can be going for a class once a week on her throat, her voice, whatever. Right? And then, of course, the last one is being a networker extraordinaire, expanding to her identity. Guess what? Everything she can think about doing as an actress is in those 5 categories. And so if every week she's looking at that and thinking, what's the most important? Come on, guys, nice and loud. Most important in that area or outcomes in that area? Is she going to stay on target? Is her career going to be, by the way, what happens if we take that wheel and we take whatever's strongest on your wheel? Show you what I mean. This should really be interesting, me doing this visually. If we take your wheel of life, your wheel of your career, and you got one thing like this and another thing way out here and something else like this and something else like this and something else like this, and this is your shape of your life, we all know what's going to happen. It's going to be stressful. But if we find the strongest area, let's say it was your finances or your career or whatever, and we find that outside edge, and we use that as the target for the base of where you are right now. And now we say, what's it going to take to close the gap between here and here with my body? What's it going to take to close the gap from here to here in my training? Because guess what happens? Once we get here and it's all rounded, even if it's not 100%, who knows what's going to happen? How much smoother is your life going to be? And by when it's smoother, can you go faster? Easier or harder to go faster when it's smooth? This is the power of RPM and having categories of constant, never-ending improvement in both your personal and professional life. Because, by the way, sometimes you're doing really well in all the categories in your business, and then you have a divorce, which kind of interrupts it just a smidge. Who knows what I'm talking about here, right? Or not a divorce, you got a problem in your family. Somebody's not feeling loved, not feeling appreciated, whatever the case may be. This is the goal of what we're trying to do here. So you can create categories within your professional life, but the one I want to get for you is let's do one together that I think will be helpful for you to chunk all we've done this week. Let's look at a business. Every business I own, how am I able to walk in and have 12 companies? I've got companies that are doing $150 million in business with 1,200 employees. I've got businesses that are brand new startup-oriented businesses. I got businesses in the hospitality side, meaning a hotel. I've got businesses in nutraceuticals. I've got practice management companies for doctors. I got this educational business that I'm a part of. They're all radically different businesses, but guess what? When someone's going to talk to me about it, I can take everything they're saying and put it in one of these 12 drawers. So every business has it. So here's Namali. Namali is my resort in Fiji. It's the #1 resort and spa in the country. 525 acres, 3 miles of ocean frontage. And I got everybody from, you name it, Anthony Hopkins, Quincy Jones, you name the celebrity artist, musician, we're the top place in the country to go, right? Built the thing from scratch. How do we make it better and better and better and win all the awards? Because we've got categories of constant, never-ending improvement, and we're focusing on how to improve it always, the X factor in each category. So what do we got? Effective business and financial plans so we can run the company effectively. Securing all of our event revenue, because in the travel business, there's certainly you have to secure the revenue. Managing and mastering our what? Maximizing and improving our what? Marketing and sales systems. What else do we want to do? What's our language for this? Keep customer promise and create what? And mobilize them. The reason we got all these titles and all these awards is because customers come out of their minds. It's the greatest vacation in their life. When I told Chet about it, Chet's been all over the world, and Chet's, been to some very nice places, and we're good friends, but he was like, yeah, Tony, yeah. And then he emails me and calls me, this is the most incredible experience, and he's crying at the end. I've never cried leaving a hotel before, like I didn't want to leave. Because it's an emotional bond, it's an experience, it's not just the beauty of the place, it's the people. So there's a very different experience for people here, right? What else? We got to keep re-engineering, strengthening, improving all our what? Technical communication, customer databases. We have to have world-class organization of what kind of employees? And who else? That's right. We constantly got to improve and present the finest what? Now, most of the rest of these might fit in your business. Unless you're in the restaurant business, you probably don't have food on the list, but we have to because it's part of our business. You got to think, what's the most important thing? You got to constantly improve. So nothing's left out. We got to maximize and improve our current community impact because I believe we must impact the community. So we have 2 villages on either side of our resort, and we employ about 200 people. We're the biggest employer in the area, and we send all the kids to school as my gift. I've been doing it for 22 years. So guess what? When all hell's breaking loose, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate the acknowledgement, but I'm saying it to you because when all hell breaks loose, guess what? Our people, the community there supports us completely, right? We didn't do it for that reason, but there have been a couple times there was a coup in that country. It happened many years ago. When the coup happened, some people are coming, they're going to say, I'm going to ramshack this resort, and guess who was standing out there? The entire village standing in front of the resort saying, you're not touching Tony's property. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. But what you give, and you give, and you give, it comes back. In identity, I've been through the births and the deaths and the upsides and the downsides, and we're there together. But it's because it's a focus for me. By the way, with all of my life, could you get off track and miss some of these, yes or no? This is the ultimate checklist. Notice it's not what to do, it's the category, what must always be improved, and now you think of what the outcomes are. And you measure them, annually, quarterly, etc. And then finally, create effective plans for capital improvements because a resort's got to constantly be improved. Sometimes the outcome you want takes a long time. It's not 1 week, 2 weeks, it's a project. So a woman comes to me and she's stressed out of her mind. Her name's Nisi, and she's got her wedding coming up. Now, have you ever seen a bride who doesn't have a wedding planner, or even one that does? They're very often very stressed. So she comes to me and goes, I'm so stressed out about my wedding, and the reason is, I'm doing all these things and really want to conserve the money, so I've got a wedding planner, but I can't use them in a limited way. I said, I understand. She goes, but also it's my husband-to-be's 50th birthday coming up, and I want to do a surprise birthday party. So while she's trying to plan her wedding, she's also trying to plan a surprise 50th birthday party. Now, how many action items do you think could show up when you start making a to-do list on those two things? In the middle of all your life, and she wants it to be absolutely what? And by the way, perfect will make you really stressed out on top of it. And all the language she's using, I'm so stressed out, I'm freaked out, I'm stressed out, I'm freaked out, I don't know what to do. Keep saying that over and over again. I said, first, let's watch the language. Not the F word, I'm happy with that. I just mean the words that you use are putting you in a lousy state. If it puts you in a good state, I'm fine with it. Some people use words that other people will be upset about, they excite you. So let's take a look at this. Let's first step to getting a plan is called capture. Take all the stuff in your head and write it down. It's really like making a to-do list. That's still the first step. Get it all out of your head and keep it in one place, not 20 places. Like many of you have written on notepads over here and a book over there and a thing over there, and you're going to try and figure out where the hell to find this shit later on. Okay? You need one place, whether it's in your iPhone or whether it's on your computer or whether it's going to be, on a paper version of something, one place, right? A planner or something. But in her case, here's what we did. We created a capture list. We split in two things, keep it simple. Things she's got to communicate versus results, actions, or projects she's got to get done. And so this is what we came up with real quick. She's got to call KP to put out signs. She's got to call and confirm a ban. This is what she starts telling me. I start writing it down. I need to take care of the parking situation. I got to rent 2 vans. I got to have a Friday breakfast. I got to have a Saturday breakfast. I got to have a Saturday lunch for everybody. I got to order the direction signs. I got to order the meat trays and pick up at Sam's. I got to pick up the donuts on Friday and Saturday. Oh my God, I got the plates and the silverware and the cake tables I also got to get. Oh, I got to get the caterer for Saturday and Sunday. Oh my God, I got to call and get an MC for Gary's party on Friday night. Oh yeah, and I got to order the mic and the podium for the party in the hotel. How many are starting to feel stressed already for her? And by the way, it kept on going and going and going. And so by the time you're done with your capture list, it'll be like taking this 5 days and turn to the back of your book and reading that long list. You go, no, I hate Tony Robbins. I hate Chet. I hate them all. So much here. I'm going home to all this other work. Unless you chunk it, right? Unless you're clear. So what we do is begin to chunk it. And when you have a project, it's not just this week, something that's long-lasting. You got to come up with an ultimate what? What's your ultimate what? Come on, guys, your ultimate what? That's right. What's the ultimate outcome? What's the ultimate result? And so we came up with it with her. We said, what are you really after? Stop telling me all the things you got to do for your wedding. Tell me what you want. We get so caught up in the doing, we forget what we want. Same thing with your business. So caught up in the doing your business, forget what you got in business for. So she says, well, I want to create the wedding of a lifetime. That's an incredible experience for Gary and for me and totally fun for all of our guests. That's different than I got to put on a wedding and a party perfectly. What do I want to do? Create a wedding of the lifetime that's an incredible experience for Gary and me and fun for our guests. Why? Second question, why? She says, it'll be a remarkable beginning for an awesome marriage. I want to express my love to Gary in ways he'll never forget in both the wedding and in the party. I want my family and friends to have so much fun. Now she remembers why she's picking up those signs or getting someone else to. Now we say, let's not write all the to-dos. This is a big project. Tell me just the key results. The big results that have to happen for you to have the most incredible wedding possible. She said, well, I've got to handle enough events in advance that I'm assured the weekend will be a success, and that'll make me relax during the wedding and even coming up to it. If I can handle enough of the most important events in advance. What else? I got to have a pleasurable Friday and Saturday evening enjoying my guests while the details are being taken care of by other people. She got that. Now that she knew her outcome, she knew how to get there. What else? I need to set up a fun day of shopping with Kim and Kay, her best friends, so we can spend time with them while we're shopping for the wedding things. So instead of feeling I'm stressed and not spending time with my girlfriends during the wedding because I have so much, Let's have them take shopping with me. Let's do it together. And what else? I need to create a fabulous surprise 50th birthday party for Gary on Friday night during the rehearsal. Each one of these will become an RPM block of its own. How many follow that? By the way, once you do a few people's experiences like this, you'll start to see there's a pathway, a pattern that's the same for most weddings. Effective weddings, happy weddings. You'll start to know maybe the words change, maybe somebody has a 50th birthday, but you'll start to see the same pattern. And what took a long time to do the first time, you can do in seconds now. It's the signature. So let's take a look. One of those outcomes was create a fabulous surprise birthday party for Gary on Friday night. Why? Purpose, she's creating an RPM block. Why am I doing it? To honor and delight Gary, to have fun, to create a magic moment, to share my love with him at the deepest level. Okay, what's it going to take for me to create a fabulous surprise birthday party for Gary on Friday night? Well, I got to pick up the signs. I got to order the cake. I got to pick up the cake. I got to get an MC. I got to get an accurate count on the guests. I got to confirm the count to the hotel. I got to get a microphone. I got to get good stuff hanging on the signs. She'll then go to the next part of the project. But this RPM block is done. Guess what's cool? She can go back through that list and go, who can I leverage this to? Or how many of these things can be done simultaneously? And guess what she ended up doing? She got 3 friends. One did all the signs. One did the food. One did all the things related because she was more technically driven on stuff. And the 3 of them had a blast together getting it done. They put on the party perfectly. That sets up Friday night perfectly. By the way, how much does she breathe? And how much time does it take? All that sounds like a lot, but she estimated how much time will it take beside each one? And she goes, that's actually only 10 minutes. It looks like so much, but when you add up the total time, it's 3 hours. And I got 3 weeks. How many follow what happens here? In our head, we make it so much what? Bigger. And by the way, time will fill, activity will fill whatever time you give it. So when she locked it down, it's like, okay, that's handled. What's the next block? And all of a sudden, guess what her wedding became? 6 RPM blocks. 6 outcomes. 3 friends helping her. Everything went perfect. She was out of her mind. And most importantly, she felt totally in control of her life the whole time. That's a project.